Hey guys, welcome to Face to Face Gaming Podcast number 21. Today is Monday, May 12th, and this will come out on May 16th. My name is Thompson.
I'm Brennan.
And I'm Alex.
And we're playing video games. What have you been playing?
We're not playing video games right now.
We have been playing video games.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Great start to a podcast. Let's go.
Am I starting?
Sure, why not? YOLO.
I bought Dark Souls.
About time.
Yeah.
Join the club.
I was waiting till the end of the month. Had to get paid, man. So it's been good.
What level are you?
Oh no, I jacked at 55.
Okay. So you're getting there.
Yeah,
You're getting there.
I've only killed like 4 bosses.
Okay.
So I'm not ridiculously far into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at your stage or let alone yours.
Yeah, Alex is quite a bit
I'm pretty
further.
sure I lapped you, actually.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance.
Have you made a new character?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Wait, new character or just New Game Plus?
No new character.
Oh, okay.
Why would you? Yeah, you still haven't beat the.
No, I'm in the... that's basically the last thing I have to do on my main character.
You should
but
do it.
Yeah.
Because Alex Orr doesn't finish games.
Yeah, you really should.
Sorry, folks. I'm tired. No, I don't finish games nearly as often as I probably should, although I am like 95 hours into Dark Souls 2 at this
Yeah,
point. So.
you're just fucking around with PvP. I haven't gotten to PvP yet, which
Dude.
I need to.
Yeah.
But I'm not fully confident in my abilities, nor am I.
Oh, you'll get wrecked. No,
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, totally destroyed. Absolutely. The guys that I've been facing, not in direct PvP, but in sparring, because I was in the Wave Blue.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like the protector ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like, okay, I'll go in with my rapier, and I'll go in and I'll poke him, and it'll be great. And then I get faced with a guy with a giant lightning sword that goes boom, and I'm done.
Yeah, adaptability. You just need 20 adaptability and learn how to roll.
Yeah. Oh, I've got more than that. I think I'm close to 30 now.
Yeah, well, that's my next dump stats. Like, I got to the point where I could use a big sword. Happy.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm trying to get to the point where I can shoot lightning bolts at people.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to go for, like, the heavy armor, big great sword,
So
cleric.
You're kind of doing a strength faith build.
Yeah.
Okay.
With just enough dex to fucking use whatever swords I come across.
Yeah. Which is interesting, because I'm doing strength dex, and you did...
Dex.
I
Just
did.
dex.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Basically, my main character is a strength hybrid intelligence build, I guess.
Really?
should fire
A dex hybrid intelligence. It's predominantly dex. I'm about 40 dex and like 20... Actually, no, I'm actually about 35 faith at this point because I kept leveling. I'm just under soul level 200.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. So he's basically a dude that runs around with a giant halberd and occasionally throws fireballs in your face.
Nice. Yeah, I consider getting to pyromancy. I don't know if I will, though. At least not with this
It's
particular build.
a good finisher. It's, has the same uses in PvE as always, but it's if during the entirety of the fight all you're doing is two-handing a halberd, smacking them in the head, and they get down to really low health, they usually don't see the fireball coming.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And my second guy, who is about soul level 75, 80 right now,
Jesus.
is basically a straight strength build at this point. He's just running around with a giant club and a massive shield and heavy armor. My main guy, I'm keeping the equipment load under 30% just so I can fast roll everywhere, whereas this guy's barely under 70.
Yeah, I've been barely under 70 the entire time.
Is that what affects how quickly you roll? Is
Yeah.
your weight load?
Yeah,
cold blood.
30% and 70% are the intervals that change.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you
I thought you
change
just
your
told me
roll
to.
type, but
Oh, that's what you told me to take off my helmet.
Yeah, because you were fat rolling.
I thought it was because it was the helmet that was the problem.
No.
it was.
Well,
was
technically,
too heavy.
yes.
Not the
Yes.
weight.
But it was just everything. Yeah,
Whatever.
it's the
I is noob.
accumulation of that.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind when I play again, which probably won't be for a couple more days. But
Well, yeah, you've been busy with life.
yes, life sucks.
on
does
Hearthstone.
And Hearthstone. On that note, I've also been playing a lot of Hearthstone, which mostly in in hopes of the expansions coming out pretty quick.
Expansion.
Yeah, they're adding a story mode.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Expansion?
It's
more than just a patch.
Yeah, well, it's not. You don't have to. Well, it's a free game,
Yeah.
so you don't have to. I think the way it's working is you have to unlock different wings with coins, but
Okay.
or with real money if you want to spend it. But,
Of course.
so I've been kind of stockpiling coins, just playing, see how high I can get. I got a buddy who plays it, Brian.
Of course.
So trying to make sure
Dabbled
my
a little.
my
yeah,
ranked
yeah.
stats are higher than his, just cause.
As you do. As you do.
So
So what's that story mode all about?
well, you've never had any experience with World of Warcraft, right?
No, thank God.
It was all right. It was a fun game.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's just, it sucks the life out of you.
Yeah. See,
Certainly can.
this colorful vigor that I've got in my face right now? Yeah, that's because I've never sold my soul to that terrible, terrible thing.
It's fun.
I enjoyed
Anyway,
it.
there was because Hearthstone is completely based on WoW
Warcraft.
mythology,
Yep.
there was a dungeon called Nixramas. Big floating citadel of an undead overlord.
Okay.
And when you ran through Nax, there was different wings, couple bosses in each. You kill all the bosses in each wing. You go kill the big dude and his dragon.
Okay.
So
Quick, do you remember their names?
Kel'Thuzad and
Something.
Saphiron.
Saphiron.
That took me wow. It's almost out of my brain.
Yeah, it's back in now.
No, so the game centers around that. So you get like the first wing is free. It's like the arachnid wing or something. I can't remember which one it is.
Terrible spider wing. Got it.
Yeah. So there's like 3 bosses in there, spider themed. And you go through that, and I don't know if it's like you beat the boss, it has a chance, or how it works, but there's specific cards that you can only get in those wings.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's kind of the idea, is that you want to unlock all of Nixramas.
Right.
Farming Nax for gear.
Yeah, so you're farming Nax for gear.
Okay, maybe less cool.
Well, I don't they haven't released a whole lot in the way of the like what the cards are, what their drop rates, how they drop, how you get them, whatever.
Yeah.
There was like it's been generally, I think there's been conversation about whether or not it was there was a leaked pricing plan
Okay.
that stated that to unlock all the wings would cost you like $90, but it's been heavily discussed as a partial hoax, and nothing's come out of it yet, at least not that I've read. I'd rather not pay $90,
Well, no shit.
which is also just in case. That's why I'm holding on to my coins.
Fair enough.
And I have decks, so I don't have to worry about that. I got enough stuff to mess around and have fun, do all the little quests for coins.
Yeah.
And then if by chance it doesn't cost a buttload, I'll just spend them on fucking packs.
So you don't play ranked then? Or, sorry, not ranked.
Arena.
Arena.
I do, but now that I'm saving, not as much.
Okay.
Like, Arena's fun. I think the farthest I've gotten is like 6 wins, so it's, I guess, average. I don't know how far people get in it.
Average, I think, would probably be like 3 and 3.
I got 0 wins and 3 losses, and that was my one and only attempt.
Well, you said you're bad at it.
Terrible.
Did you start in the arena and not learn the cards first?
I didn't start in the arena, but I was working on building a... What was the build? I want to say it wasn't mage, it was like... Cleric, maybe?
The priest?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. No, I got pretty much stomped every single time.
Oh,
What
it
kind
helps.
Of, what kind of decks are you running? I mean, what's your main, I guess? You've always had a shit ton on the go.
Well, I've kind of I've limited it down to 4. I got a mage deck, lots of spells, lots of control, that kind of thing. I have a rogue deck, lots of aggressive, keep punching people in the face. The rogue one I've had probably the most luck with, just because some of it depends on draws. I haven't tried out my hunter deck yet, and then they nerfed hunters because they were like we're doing this, like we're winning, and then they nerfed the main card in the deck.
Yeah, I heard about
So,
that.
I haven't really made anything out of it. And then I have my completely... If I say RNG, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I used to.
Random number generation.
Right, yes.
It's really... The deck's based upon... It's called the Enrage mechanic.
Okay.
So, let's say, example, there's a Tauren Warrior. He's 2 attack, 3 health.
Yep.
If he takes a damage, he enrages and gives him +3 health, or +3 damage.
Oh, okay.
So when they take damage, they get stronger.
Yeah.
The entire build is based around 3 things. Having minions with enrage.
Yep.
Having things that can do damage to my minions so that they can enrage. And a card called the Frothing Berserker, which every time any other minion takes damage, he gets 1 attack.
Oh, wow.
I've had, if it combos perfectly, which it rarely does, I have a couple, I still have enough things to win.
Yeah.
But if I can combo the perfect combo, you have like 4 of their guys on the board, 4 of my guys on the board, 1 or 2 of them being those berserkers. Use a card called Whirlwind that does 1 damage to everything.
Yeah.
Guess what? Now my guys have 8/8.
Yeah.
So I was playing a guy, and he was at 27 health, and I was at like 14. I got the combo off, and I ended up with a berserker at 13 and a berserker at 12, and I cleared him.
Wow.
Like if you can get it perfectly, you can one-hit somebody.
That's insane.
Yes, which Blizzard has stated is not the purpose, so
Well, duh.
combo decks are not entirely viable. But it is fun, because you can go from like, oh, I'm down to like 10 health to ha!
Yeah,
And
it doesn't matter if you have 30, you're gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've only done that thing like 3 or 4 times to somebody in the
Okay.
20 games I've played with the deck. But when it happens, it's hilarious.
No kidding. No kidding.
Anyway, so yeah, that's about. I've stuck around playing a little Diablo 3 here and there, but
Yeah, we fell off that pretty quickly.
yeah. Well, I still play mostly with Draider,
Yeah.
just like on the weekends, and I have gotten a little bit into. I only ever really had my Barbarian. It's the only guy I leveled up, so I kind of started leveling other guys.
I see.
So it's more of just like a dabble, dick around kind of thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
But
What have you been playing?
Well, Dark Souls, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't have really all that much more to say on that.
Aside from almost beating the game.
I've got one thing left to do, basically, which is, go beat the last boss or 2.
Yeah.
And then it's just a clear run to the end.
and then maybe New Game Plus. But
Oh, yeah, definitely New Game Plus at some point. I don't know. I wanted to experiment with the different kind of build, so rather than mess around reallocating 200 levels worth of points, I just rolled a new character. It was a lot easier.
fair enough.
Yeah, that would take a while.
Yeah, well, it's, you have the entirety of the game effectively to choose from, which is kind of
Too much choice.
Yeah, and no previous experimentation to build upon. So it's just, if I wanted to build a strength character, I'd have to start at 0.
And
Except
figure it out.
I'd be at 0 with 200 points worth of levels too. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Massive pain in the dick. So yeah, I just made a new guy. And
Fair enough.
started running around with an S rank or S scaling large
Weapon.
Yeah.
and just beating people in the face. It's hilarious.
I can imagine.
is fun.
The inability to roll took a little getting used to.
Yeah, you were straight rolling because you were 2
Oh, yeah.
weapons before, right?
Yeah, 2 weapons. This is like the first time I've ever played a Dark Souls game with a shield.
Really?
Yeah, it was either two-handing or dual-wielding, so it's been an interesting experience to try and sit there and manage my stamina and take hits. It turns PvP into a slightly different thing, because you're big and slow, and I kind of preyed upon big and slow guys in my other builds.
Speedy days.
Yeah, well, just because they telegraph their moves so hard.
Yes, they do. Well, especially with the huge weapons. It's more like the big wind up and then boom. It's
Yeah.
it's not just like swash.
Yeah, and luckily enough, the club one of the reasons I chose this particular club is that the move animation is actually surprisingly fast for a large weapon.
Oh, okay.
So you can still kind of feel like you're not a lumbering, fool of a man.
Yeah.
Likewise, an interesting thing they did just mechanically is that for like great swords, ultra great swords, great clubs, that kind of thing, you can actually readjust your aim mid-swing.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Like ultra great swords. Yeah. If you're in mid swing, you can point in the direction. You'll kind of.
Yeah, basically, from the time you hit the button to the time it connects, you've got basically that entire frame of animation to
alter.
Yeah, so, there's guys who go from attacking directly in front of them to swinging, 70 or 90 degrees in any direction just to, try and connect, which is kind of annoying when you're not paying attention, because I've routinely landed a giant blow to the ground in between like 3 guys just because I'm already planning my move away.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's surprisingly a lot more technical than, well, it's technical in an entirely different way than, your roll and stab.
Yeah.
It's a different skill set, right?
Yeah, really is.
Gotta change your play style.
Other than Dark Souls, which, we'll be talking about again in the future.
In a few minutes.
Okay, fair enough. I've been playing some Fract OSC. Which is this weird, trippy puzzle music game.
Yeah, that sums up what I was able to determine.
Glean.
I didn't actually get a chance to play it. I'm sorry, Maya. I love you. But yeah. Well, she told me to go play it, and then I looked at it and was like, I don't feel like lining up, and it's making me nauseous.
Oh, it's fine. It's pretty sure it's built in Unity. It looks like Unity.
There was something with the frame rate that just made me not feel good, or maybe it was the fact that it was on a big screen and somebody else was in control. I don't know. Either way, I couldn't handle.
Interesting. Have you played Half-Life?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Did it make me sick? Oh yeah.
Okay, so you have the same problem
Oh, yeah.
that he does then. It's in that case, it's usually is prescribed to the FOV, the field of vision, being more narrow than your brain
eyes
is capable of processing properly.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Fract probably not going to do you any good because it's...
No.
I will avoid it like the plague then. Apologies to the people who make the game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. It's deceptively simple. It's just visually and kind of mechanically it looks kind of complex. Visually it just looks like, I don't know, an LSD trip through the Tron world maybe?
Yeah. That's an apt
it's kind of a lo-fi Blood Dragon color scheme, I guess. So a lot of
actually, yes, that's more appropriate. It is definitely Blood Dragon. Lots of heavy purples.
Yeah, lots of neon, heavy purples, kind of 80s.
Yeah, super 80s.
It looks beautiful. I really enjoy it. It is occasionally difficult to decipher which bloody direction you're supposed to go in because it's this weird cave labyrinth thing full of, low poly walls and unclear paths.
Yeah.
So that's a bit frustrating, honestly. Just kind of having to wander to and fro across this landscape looking for the next puzzle hub.
Yeah.
But, the puzzles themselves, once you find them, are interesting. I've only been through, I think, 2 of the 3 kind of puzzle types, I guess.
Okay.
There's I finished the lead section, which is, a lot of, I guess, guitars, technically. Basically what guitars tend to do, which is, the primary melodic aspects to a song. I'm not a musician. I'm probably getting this terminology wrong, but yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm currently most of the way through the bass section, which is bassy.
Well,
yeah. Puzzle-wise, it's been an interesting realization that for how complex they occasionally look, they can actually be broken down into very simple is not the right word, but very clear parts of how to kind of progress. Because basically, there's 2 parts to every puzzle that I've encountered so far. There is a main part that kind of as far as in-game effects on the world go, kind of enables or re-enables or initializes the music, I guess. So for the lead section, it's basically a block pushing puzzle. If you ever played the like this tile swap, effectively.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is they've done interesting things with it, I guess. It's not a new mechanic, but it's pretty and it sounds fun because every time you lock in a block where it's supposed to be, it kind of
it like adds more to the music.
Yeah, it kind of kicks in with a certain section of the music. So I have always enjoyed games where it gives me the illusion that I'm creating music because. Deep in my heart of hearts, it's something I've always kind of liked trying to do.
Yep.
But never enough to learn how to do it properly.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing.
Anyway, yeah, so that's the first part. Once you get all those locked in appropriately, and again, they've done some interesting things where they've actually got it's a tile swapping puzzle, but in a 3D environment. So you're approaching instead of it being kind of on a flat plane. With squares, it's a 3D world with cubes that you move via different viewpoints in different axes.
Yeah,
axes of direction. Axes. Yeah. And then what that does is bring you up to another section. This one has been true for both lead and base, where it's kind of basically it's a grid sequencer.
Okay.
Where you're punching in, you've got a finite number of notes you're allowed to enable, and you just
put it in the right order, and the door opens.
No. Well, yes. Basically, there's the sequencer on the bottom, and then up top there is a visual representation of the length of that note. Okay. So if you've got like a 3-section or a 3 row sequencer. The top one may, if you fill up, 2 bars concurrently or next to each other, it will completely fill up the visual kind of almost an equalizer, actually.
Okay.
Up top to the point where. Okay. Basically, how the equalizer works is. There's 2 sections to it. There is the kind of the build section and then the unlock section, let's call it. So you need to have sufficient input via the sequencer in the build section in order for it to reach the unlock section below.
Okay.
And the goal is to have, and it fades or dissipates from that section at a different rate for each I guess row of the sequencer. Shit, this is going to be really. Watch it on YouTube. This will make a lot more sense, but I'm going to try and do this anyway. Basically, what you end up needing to do is build on the sequencer grid a series of notes that allows for the build sections on each of the tied equalizer bits to simultaneously reach the unlock section.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically...
I think I can visualize this, but I think we might need to do a trial run.
Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually.
I think we need some sort of graphical representation here to fully describe this, because I think with just words, and as someone who, like, we are not musically trained here.
Nope. I'm trying, but no.
We have, at least 2 of us have attempted. You?
What?
Music?
Oh yeah,
I can play the piano.
Okay, 3 of us. We've all at least attempted music at some point in our lives. But
I'm attempting it right now. Not right now, but in my spare time. And really, that's a different. It's not the classical interpretation of how you create music.
Well, you've got a sequencer.
Yeah, actually, I got a MIDI pad,
which is pretty cool.
I'm having fun with it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, yeah, that's Fract is.
It's pretty cool looking.
It's very cool looking. It's sufficiently engaging puzzle-wise that I've actually gone back to it, which is more than I can say about another game we're about to mention.
Ooh, fighting words.
And it's... There's a few foibles. I mean, it's kind of annoying to navigate that world. The puzzles at their base aren't anything particularly new. They're interesting. They're well done, and they tie into the music really well. But they're not innovative in and of themselves.
That's fine.
But if you're okay with that, then yeah, I'm having fun. I'm gonna finish it. Or I'm gonna, get 90% of the way through it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get close.
I was going to say.
But
that other game
is Child of Light, which actually has, now that I think about it, a great many parallels to Fract OSC, and that it is a visually very beautiful puzzle game. Well, it's puzzle-ish. It's really more of an RPG, but it's really pretty.
Okay.
It's entirely an RPG. There's very few puzzles involved. It's
like an RPG, or it's like a puzzle game, but totally different in every way.
Yeah. It's not a puzzle game at all from what I've played.
I love this description. It's just like it totally very like it's pretty much a puzzle game. Nope.
No.
Actually, no. It's totally
no. It's not a puzzle game at all. But it is very pretty, and it is a very pretty representation of a tried and true formula.
Okay.
Which I guess Fract could also be considered as such. It's by Ubisoft. It's just thematically how the game came about was interesting, because this is, I believe, a bunch of Far Cry 3 devs who ended up forming what I think they ended up calling an indie studio within Ubisoft.
Okay.
So it's a small team kind of built
weekends and evenings.
Yeah.
No,
they work at Ubisoft, but Ubisoft kind of gave them free reign.
Yeah, they kind of gave them a chance to build something with a small team, something a bit more, artsy, small, a bit smaller in scope than, say, your Watch Dogs or your Assassin's Creeds or your other things that Ubisoft is kind of known for these days.
That's kind of easy to do.
Yeah, by not having, 12 studios across
the world,
across 10 different countries with 800 fucking people working on one
and
game.
millions of dollars of budget, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, this is not that.
Okay.
This is actually kind of taken advantage of some of that. I mean, it's built. Sorry, it's not built on, but it makes use of the Ubi art engine, which is what they used to kind of create the visuals of the last two Rayman games, so Origins and Legends,
which are fucking beautiful.
So is this. It's those games were not quite so artistically stylized as this. This one is basically running around in a watercolor painting.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty watercolor painting, doing things
with no limbs.
No, you've got limbs in this.
This one. Okay.
Those, I didn't really consider the Rayman games to be particularly watercolory.
Well, it was pretty. Anyway,
it was very pretty, very bright. This is a bit more somber in color palette choices, but still very pretty. It's, however, mechanically not the most engaging thing I've ever played. It's it is a traditional Japanese RPG. It's a JRPG.
Okay.
In form and function. So you've got,
turn-based fighting and stuff?
It is, yeah, basically what you've got is a 2D plane overworld, rather than top-down, it's actually side-on, so it's a side-scrolling kind of overworld, where you're navigating between, locations, narrative beats, looking for treasure, and, there's...
RPG stuff.
Yeah, a few, switch puzzles maybe is about as close as you get for that. But really what it is once you encounter, it's like Chrono Trigger, in fact, where you've got enemies visible on the
and when you run into them, then you get the 3 or 4 that you have to fight.
Yeah, it zooms into a traditional, turn-based RPG, fighting system. So it's not the first game that employs this, but it's also got kind of the initiative meter along the bottom where different characters will start on the left and progress towards the right, and once they hit 80% of the way, you then get to choose actions.
Okay.
And you have the ability to interrupt and delay enemy characters or be delayed, which kind of turns it into a while simultaneously, beating them in the face with a sword, you're also kind of manipulating their the speed at which they are going to take their next action. So if you can, delay guys to such a degree that they might never take a turn in the battle.
Okay.
Depending on how you do it. But
it wasn't engaging?
I didn't find it to be so particularly, because that mechanic never seems to evolve in any meaningful way.
Okay.
It's very much what you got in the first 20 minutes of it is what you're still kind of doing after 2 hours, is what I've noted.
I see.
There's no real mechanical progression to it, and the mechanics themselves are just not particularly engaging without any, any change or, growth. There's a limited upgrade tree, but basically it's you level up, you get a point, you put a point in one of 3 different directions on it's I was going to say it's the sphere grid, but it's not the sphere grid. It's basically you have 3 different paths, each kind of tailored to defensive melee magic, but there's a lot of overlap between all of them, so it's not really, it doesn't really feel like you're specializing in any one section. It's just
you were getting further. You were getting more powerful, but you're not really.
You're definitely getting more powerful, but it doesn't really give you the feel that you're making a distinct character choice.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
Yeah, and it is if you want. It gives a certain degree of personalization and meaning to this playthrough
this
of
is
whatever
your story.
game.
This is not.
This is your
a story.
character.
Yeah.
I mean, not even narratively speaking. It's just it gives the sense of investment in the character itself, not narratively or via the them attempting to make you feel feels or whatever. Just I've made this character how I wanted them to be, and thus I like them more.
Yeah. Well, it's even you get games like RPGs like Dark Souls. There's a big difference between your pyromancer with 2 swords or your pyromancer with a great sword.
Yeah.
Or then you got your cleric, you're this, or this, or this, or this.
There's
or
a
this.
ton.
Huge
tons.
customization.
Well, shit,
right?
I mean, that is Dark Souls. Dark Souls, when you strip down everything away, strip everything else away, it is, this is my character.
Yes.
This is me.
Look at this cool thing I have. This is a cool thing that maybe 5 other people have.
Yeah, and terrible things are going to happen to this character. It will all be my fault.
Yes, exactly.
Hey man, I still use my warrior's name in World of Warcraft was Arios.
Yes.
That was the first time I used that.
Yes.
I still use it for
10
everything.
fucking years ago or whatever.
Yeah, I am still using that name, and I'm still very attached to that character.
Well, my person
and that character archetype.
Yeah. Well,
who was
he
was a dwarf and
a warrior.
Yeah,
that was
as a dwarf warrior, World of Warcraft, and I mean, but he's in a similar vein, I suppose. Here.
Yeah, well, we end up rolling in any RPGs. He's always the fucking rogue, and I'm the guy that's in your face, like telling you to punch me. Like that's the same RPG rolls. At least the first time we played through, we're always the same fucking 2 people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
And Child of Light doesn't really allow for that. There are other party members you find, weird jester, androgynous jester guy, lady, they. Maybe? I don't know.
We'll go with they.
In hindsight, if I'd read the dialogue, I might probably know.
Okay, so you're playing this RPG, this JRPG, which is heavily story-based, and you're not even reading the dialogue.
By
words.
By that point, I'd lost my all interest had waned.
Then why are you playing it at all?
I'm not. I had played it. I felt it was, worthy of discussion, but I have not gone back to it after my first session.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Which is one of the things I can give contrast to relative to something like Fract, where I've actually gone back multiple times, and I've felt the urge to go back.
Yeah.
Because I was engaged in the world and the creation of music, whereas with this, it's it does a couple interesting things. I mean, it's all done in prose, like rhyming scheme.
Oh,
Okay.
With varying degrees of success.
that would drive me mental.
Yeah, especially because some of them aren't very good.
No.
Some of them kind of catchy, some of them kind of funny. A lot of them obviously done by a man with a thesaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick, guys. What's something that rhymes with
Orange.
or
They haven't made that mistake. Yeah, I don't know.
course?
I'll maybe, if I get a slow weekend, maybe I'll go back and play a little bit more. But at the moment,
Let's be honest.
it's very pretty. And that's about it.
And that, c'est la vie. That's the way it is.
I do technically have a few other games I could talk about. I can do them real fast because I personally played very little time. I played some Rockets
I
just
saw you bought
against
that.
the AI.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Still love that music. Still haven't been able to find where to get it.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Get back to us. We need the music.
Yeah, it'll probably come out once the game's out.
Also,
Yeah.
the AI is Stanley.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stanley?
Yeah.
Yeah. I played for 20 minutes or whatever just against the AI, just having some fun. Yeah, that game is crazy good.
Yeah.
I think
Get it.
any of those, like,
I'm endorsing it right
the
now.
multiplayer, like, you can bring this in, set it up with a bunch of people that don't play games, and have a blast.
Oh yeah, that one especially.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's super easy to pick up.
Yeah.
Super easy. You just, like, use the stick and press a bunch of buttons.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. You can button mash your way to victory.
You'll figure your way out.
Yeah, there's 3 buttons and a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Easy.
each button is distinct in what it does.
Exactly.
There's
you
no
can.
combos.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it's fun playing against the AI because they actually manipulate, or they. You'll notice if you watch that trial run that Brennan and I tended to just spam fast rockets the entire time.
Yeah.
Maybe some mines here and
Well,
there.
spam rockets until we got close, then veer off and drop mines as we
Yeah.
fly away from each other,
Mines
just in
and
case
slow
the other
rockets.
guy didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AI is a lot more,
More finesse.
a lot less single-minded in its weapon selection. It's much more willing to
Changes up.
Yeah,
It's diverse.
yeah. It's more diverse in its tactics than we are, which was basically jousting. Now that I
It
think about
really was. But
And-
considering that was our first time ever really playing it.
But is there anything wrong with that? Did
Oh
you
no,
have
it was fun as hell.
Exactly.
I'm still mad at you.
We'll play again sometime. Actually, we should play again right after this.
Yeah, totally.
And other than that, yeah, Rockets, hella good, even for early access. It'll only get better.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be up there with Nidhogg and Samurai Gun and Towerfall as just local co-op,
Yeah.
local multiplayer. Make your friends not your friends anymore for a night.
Yeah,
Well, it's
exactly.
still, like I said, it's something to be said. We had people over here that do not play games, and they had fun.
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
A lot of
Nidhogg. Yeah.
And the other one.
This one, it was basically just me seeing a game on Steam and feeling just this deep throb of nostalgia in my tar and cancerous heart.
Okay.
Rogue Shooter, the FPS roguelike.
Yes, I heard of this.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, that was the kind of Wolfenstein looking one that you were playing.
yeah, it's definitely of that 2.5D-esque sprite-based.
Like early first-person shooters.
Yeah, Doom, Wolfenstein, and personally to me, Marathon.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a deep and abiding love for Marathon 2 specifically, but even the first one and Infinity are games I consider to be incredibly important in my childhood.
Reasons you got into games, right?
Yeah, one of the main reasons I got into games and one of the main reasons I've enjoyed shooters to such a degree.
Why you're so much better at them than everyone else.
Not everyone else, just,
Most.
95% of the population,
Yeah.
at least on PC. I consider myself,
He's pretty fucking good.
I'm good. I mean, as I'm not pro level, I don't practice. So, I mean, as far as the general population goes, I'm probably in the top percentile.
He
But
pub stomps.
yeah, I pub stomp. Put me against a pro, I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. But as far as other people go,
I still think of that trial run we did with the Titanfall beta.
Oh,
You went 21-6. Or no, it was like 21-3 in the first
Yeah.
round.
yeah,
Like-
well, those people were I'm not going to say they were bad. I'm saying they didn't know how to move yet, and that really was how that
touche,
game.
touche. Anyway,
Yeah,
so tell me about this game.
it's a rogue like FPS.
Really? Okay. Good.
As
Moving
far
on.
as you got. I bought it. I looked at some screenshots, and this is what I determined.
It appears to be on the PC.
Yeah.
It's definitely on the PC. Basically, I played like half an hour of it, just enough to realize, this is. I'm going to play more of this eventually. I feel no driving urge to, but it's still pushing a lot of the old buttons. So
It's on your radar.
yeah, no. Let me put it this way, folks. I'll get back to you next week. I'll put some time into it.
Okay,
There you go.
sounds good.
So, Thompson, now that's enough about me and my life. What have you been doing?
Well, more Dark Souls. I mean, once again,
It's kind of a big deal. There's a lot of people playing that game. You
Yeah.
can tell by the death counter.
yeah.
And
But-
the astronomical rate at which it's climbing.
Oh
Yes.
man, I love the first day when I was checking it. It was like 12,600,000, 12,700,000. It was like 5 seconds between.
Oh shit,
clicking.
man! 2 hours, like 2.5 hours in, it was at like 650,000.
Oh, yeah.
I played it when it first unlocked, and it was probably at 1 million within the first 4 hours.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Well, I remember there was
There was a lot of fucking bloodstains in Majula. Like a scary number of people died in Majula.
Well,
They were pissed off those fucking pigs, man.
Oh man,
Don't-
those pigs.
Those fucking pigs.
pigs.
But I mean, like, and then there'd be like one right beside the blacksmith. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you fucking daft? Do not attack the blacksmith.
There's a bit of when I played Dark Souls 1, you show up in that one area, the guy's standing over
Firelink
there.
Shrine.
Yeah.
The guy that's sitting on the
Yeah,
block.
not him,
Oh.
but I walked up
Oh,
the
the big
stairs.
fat guy with
the
the
big
bowl
fat guy.
cut.
I killed him. I was like, yeah, I killed a guy, not realizing that he might have been kind of important. I just thought I can kill anything in this game.
You can.
and I did.
No, literally, you can kill just about
Yeah.
anything in that game.
Well-
It's just whether or not you should.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I killed him and then had a surge of overconfidence and then attacked the sitting down guy.
Oh, the crestfallen
and he
warrior?
destroyed me.
Which is
Yeah.
a bit of a problem because you're right by the bonfire.
I know.
And he's mad.
I made a poor choice. Actually, I quit playing for like 2 weeks after that before I decided to go back.
I'm not surprised.
It's like, fuck this.
But to be fair, that is a viable strategy in that game, is to complete the game, except for the last area, kill all of the
Get
NPCs.
everything you can off of them.
Yeah, because they all have, like, special drops.
Yeah.
And then get all that shit, kill the boss, new game plus, everybody's friendly again. Yay! But,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll probably do that in this too.
I would be
Just-
why not?
surprised.
Actually, I think, judging from what I've seen, like Dark Souls the first, there is one NPC that is just invulnerable. The Everlasting Dragon Downland Ash Lake, you could not kill in Dark
Okay.
Souls 1. And I think it's the fucking cat in this one.
I would be
Oh,
surprised.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons. One, it's a cat. Do not kill the cat. Cute
Talking cat.
kitty. Yeah, exactly. Cat's awesome.
That tends to flirt with you.
Yeah. 'Cause I have a rather pleasant smell. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I've been binge playing that almost every night.
All right, where you at now?
I'm level 100 and like I'm so scatterbrained on where I want to go. Like I've been I went for a little bit into the gutter, and then I would change over to what the hell was that place? The Huntsman's Cosp, and like, you know, just go back and forth. And you know, I've been making progress, and I'm now in the fire whatever.
Iron Keep?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one that is past all the poison.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, all the poison. I am.
Oh, I saw you playing that part.
Yeah, and I'm a Sunbro
Poison
now,
and
so
large
great.
guys with sickles.
Yeah, fuck those guys. But yeah, I'm a Sunbro now. I'm going to do this until I'm max in Sunbros, just because I want to be a Sunbro, and then I'm probably going to be Apostle Blue again, because
Other than dueling, I was in that covenant for probably 4 hours or whatever. Never got called in.
I've only been called in a few times, but every single time that I've been called in, it's been fantastic.
All right.
It's been like, okay, there he is. Oh, like, let's get ready. Actually, the one time that I got invaded was fantastic. We were at the start of the B word, whatever that place is called.
The Lost Bastille?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starts with an L.
Confused me for a second.
Well, I couldn't remember.
Well, wasn't it Bale's Tower of Flame?
Hides.
Oh, it's Hides.
Heides, Heides.
Never mind.
that place. Anyway, whatever. I was at Lost
The
Bastille.
Boss Bastille.
Yes, I was at the boss Bastille.
The boss last steel.
And there's that start area where there's that little wall, and you can't. If you go over it,
Wait, it depends which way you're coming from. Are you coming from the boat, or are you coming from
the nest?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go from the nest, and then there's that little wall, and if you derp, you can't figure out, and you got to go over to the left. Anyway,
did you get the thing over on the ledge?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
I just went back through there, so it's fresh.
Oh yeah, I went. Yeah, that was like right away. Anyway, so I went there, and the new guy was in the bonfire area.
The new guy?
The guy that
You got called
requested
in.
my help.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's a newbie guild. Let's be honest here. Well, it is.
It's
Wait,
newbies protecting newbies.
Yeah, the Blue Sentinels, not the
Yeah,
the
that one.
Sunbursts. Yeah.
Yeah. No. This was a while back. Anyway, so newbie was in the bonfire area. Red guy was over on the other side of that wall, and I spawned in where he was, and we dueled it out. I ended up dying from a technicality, pretty much, lag.
There are
Fucking
no
lag.
such thing. Oh, that's, I guess, a technical. It's Dark Souls, man.
Anyway.
You can actually learn to adjust for it.
Oh, yeah. And that was before, because I wasn't doing much PvP at all. But anyway, so pretty much what I just did is I held up my shield, took a bunch of blows as the newbie was taking pot shots with a bow. And then, so I ended up fucking up in some way, died. And as I was dying, I saw the newbie and the red guy come together at the wall and wave at each other. As I faded off into the distance, I'm like, that's brilliant. But yeah, I really enjoy being the blue. Whenever it did happen.
Yeah. We'll get back to your. I do want to hear about your experience with the Dark Souls, but. I come to the conclusion because I've been on the other side of that. I've been actually the invader rather than the protector.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons the Blue Sentinels are kind of in a weird position is that there's no red eye orb this time. It's just cracked red eye orbs.
Yeah.
And the only way to farm those is in the Blood Covenant dueling.
Oh.
Yeah. So like the Blue Sentinels, there's, 3 statues or whatever you can select and do, you can engage in, I always use the words consensual. Not sure if that's right, but.
Yeah. Consensual fighting.
It's consensual dueling.
Yeah.
You both.
Is it easy, medium, hard?
No, it's just
Okay.
different arenas.
Okay.
Well, the arenas themselves are kind of suited towards different builds, I
skill
guess.
levels.
Okay.
Because,
well,
I mean, the Blood Covenant is like a bridge with no walls, so you can't roll very much.
Yeah.
There's this basically what I consider to be the arena, which is kind of an open area with a raised platform in the middle that you can duel around, but mostly it's just straight roll and flat ground, and you're not going to fall off and die.
Yeah.
And the other one is kind of a 2-level
Maze.
sewer section where, there's an upper catwalks, lower ground level, and people always run up top and try to throw lightning bolts at you. So I have to run up behind them and stab them.
That's a good idea.
Anyway, because to get back to my other point is,
Being a red guy.
yeah, those are the guys that invade via cracked red eye orbs. The
Yes.
only way to get cracked red eye orbs is through dueling, by winning duels. So there's a finite number of people who can invade at any one time. That's actually it's apparently also how you level up the Covenant, which I discovered.
By giving cracked red eye orbs?
No, by winning duels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. But hard.
And time consuming.
Very.
I think that's going to be something I'm probably going to do I suggest you do at a lower soul level on a second character when you've got a better idea of how to play instead of, soul level 200 when everybody can doesn't matter
hit
how
you.
tanky you are, basically 3-shot you if they're built right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't think invasion, random invasions, are going to be nearly as prevalent in this as they were in the first Dark Souls.
Which, honestly, I really don't like that.
I don't either.
I want it to be chaos, frightening, and be oh shit, there's someone in my world. I don't think I've ever been invaded.
I've been once, and honestly,
That's important.
no, I was at the steps waiting to get into the Cathedral Blue.
Oh, okay.
I was just about. I summoned in 2 guys to help me fight the boss, and he spawned behind us.
Yeah.
So we ran over, we fucked him up.
Nice.
Fucking red guy shows up, so we're like, fuck
Sucks to be
you.
you.
Okay, see, yeah, I thought maybe you meant like when you went into the rat den with Berkeley's rat friends.
Yeah,
No, I haven't gotten to any of the. I haven't been to the Belfry or any. I haven't gotten that far into the game.
That is where a lot of the PvP I think is going to end up happening. Where even that's kind of weird though, because that doing either of those has a clear advantage for one side.
Yeah.
Less so with the rat den actually, because everybody can still use Estus Flax and all that stuff when they get summoned in there.
Yeah.
It's actually possibly less beneficial for the person in the rat den. They have all the allies and the traps, but if they're human, they also have the chance to, lose 10% or whatever.
Yeah.
If they die.
Yeah.
Whereas you legitimately have you have a much greater advantage when you are summoned into the Belfry rather than when you are attacked in it, because you're possibly human. You can use your flasks and stuff, but you're probably going to end facing 2v1.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's weird balancing things to all those. I'm not saying any of them are too imbalanced, but just specifically speaking to Red Eye Orb invasions, Red Phantom invasions, it's not going to be nearly as big of a thing.
And it isn't. That's actually really disappointing.
A little bit. I've had a lot of fun doing it because I spent probably about 4 hours this weekend just blowing Red Eye Orbs and invading people who obviously weren't always familiar with what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that is
Stab them with the pointy end?
They definitely were obviously people who hadn't spent a lot of time PvP in the first one because they were really, really hesitant about engaging, backing up, circling around, not really. They gave the impression of being not confident, let's say. And I really wish I'd fought. I really wish a Blue Sentinel showed up because I think that'd be really cool.
It is. Yeah. It's very cool because it's like.
But there's a lot less incentive to be running around with that ring because nobody gets invaded.
And that ring doesn't do shit all
by itself.
The ring isn't required.
It is for the Blue Sentinels rather than the Covenant of the Blue.
You need to be wearing it as a blue bro rather than a little blue bro.
Exactly. Yeah. To be a big blue bro, you got to have the big blue bro ring.
Whereas in the little blue bro, you just need to be part of the Covenant.
Yes.
And get invaded. You then have a chance to. Yeah.
But there was one person got invaded in the Lost Bastille in the bottom area where all those big beasts are in the water.
Oh god, that place sucks.
Yeah,
Sinner's Rise.
Yeah, that place. Yeah. So
just went through there too.
Yeah, it's a good place. But yeah, it was funny.
It is if you light the torches. That boss fight without the torches, without having lit the arena, is really interesting.
Yeah, well, I just summoned dudes and we just beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, but you can't lock on if you don't have light.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you haven't lit those torches, or if you aren't carrying a torch, it's too dark to actually click in the right stick to lock on them.
Huh.
So you either have to free aim them or give up your shield.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's really interesting. That's the first. I went through with 2 other guys too my first time, but I was carrying a torch.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting.
See, is that in No Man's Wharf or
nope.
No.
Sinner's Rise.
It's the Lost Bastille. Have you been through the Lost Bastille yet?
No, I got to
the Sentinels.
The 3 Sentinels.
Yeah,
and
that was a bitch of a boss fight.
Yeah, then they stabbed me repeatedly in the face, and I got sick of it. So I went back the other way. So I went through Hyde's Tower, and now I'm going through No Man's Wharf.
Which will then take you back to Lost Bastille.
I know. I'm getting back to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
that is definitely be human, summon in 2 other guys for that fight.
Yeah. I don't even remember because it took me one time, but that's because I had 2 bros.
Yeah, well, it's bullshit. I jump out of the portal, go, oh, I'm in a boss fight. Bam!
Yeah, no. Look left, roll.
Yeah. But,
anyway, sorry. We keep interrupting you.
I don't know. It's good. I'm playing lots of it.
It's a fun game.
And like I said, I'm a Sunbro. I'm going to level that up all the way for no reason.
For reasons. I mean,
but it's all faith stuff if I get stuff, right?
Yeah, it's probably. I don't know. I haven't done it. You have to ask Berkeley.
Yeah, I guess so. But I haven't built faith at all.
I got to be careful with that game because I'm a very completionist.
Yeah.
Oh man, this game is great for that.
Well, great or really
Great.
terrible.
Because now it's like,
Yeah.
well, now I'll level up the Covenant of the Blue. Oh, I'm done with that. Go to the Blue Bros. Done with that. Go to the Sun Bros. Done with that. Go to the Blood guys. Done with that. Go to the Belfer guys. Done with that. Go to the Rat guys. Done with that. Oh, I'm not level 9,000 yet. I can still play. New Game Plus Plus? Yes.
New Game plus plus plus, bonfire aesthetics. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no end to what you can let yourself do in this game.
How much of a masochist you want to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Farm for weird drops. It's
Yeah.
great.
And aside from that, I've been playing Coin Crypt.
Yeah. Mr. Banov.
Yeah. Lobanov. Greg Lobanov. Anyway, yes, I'm getting really into that game.
Yeah, that game is weird.
I like it.
Good, but man, there's a lot of
Experimentation
I
with
was
the
thinking
coins.
theology is not the right word here. Theory crafting.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of theory crafting you kind of have to do mentally about the coins.
What? I have no idea what you guys are talking
Okay, so Coin Crypt is a roguelike where your money, the coins that you pick up, are actually everything that you do
Yeah,
in the game. It's your attacking, it's your defense, it's healing, it's everything.
you throw coins at people, they have different effects.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything. But
You can
they
also spend them.
exactly. They also have a dollar value. So you have to.
So if you spend too much, now you don't have anything to attack people
and
with.
if you run out of coins, you're done. If you run out of health, you're done. It's a interesting combination. It's
Yeah, there's weird. It's a weird balancing act.
oh yeah. It's tough too.
Yeah, no, it is.
Although that being said, the first daily I got like 35,000 or not 35,000, 3,500.
better
God,
Better.
that'd be awesome.
and unheard of, I think.
Yeah, probably.
So it's got the same kind of thing as Spelunky then. Same daily system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where my addiction is starting to form with the dailies, because it's easy to jump in and do whatever. But the thing is, like, there's a ton of different characters with different modifiers.
Unlockable characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get a choice of 3 to upgrade, like to put money into, because with the final amount of money that you have at the end of the level, you get to put towards buying a new character.
Oh, okay.
And so you got
to bank.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got 3 that you can select from. And like, okay, well, I want this person, and then you get that person. But yeah, like
Or the monkey.
or the monkey. I'm on my way to unlocking the monkey. I can't remember, what does the monkey do?
I think that's
Probably
the-
throws feces.
I think it automatically throws whatever coins you select.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So
I mean, they told me.
Yeah.
I just happened to forget.
I haven't played with the monkey.
And I was super stoked because I got Green Archer, and I'm like, woo, Towerfall, and there's like, oh, 1 hit.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't have shields, you're fucked. Super fucked. But yeah,
Did you forget what was the dash button?
Why can't I dodge?
oh man, that'd be sweet if you could catch coins.
I can steal coins. I don't think you can catch coins.
Yeah, but I mean, like midair, be
Yeah.
like a counter system or something. I don't know. It would be cool. It'd be something.
That doesn't really work with the timing.
No, actually, and that's the thing. The original timing system was wait, which one was first? There was a time-based system where just time kept going, and then there was a strict turn-based system where it was like, okay, you can take a look at your coins and do your stuff, and everything was assigned a different time value, like initiative. And then various different people complained about both, and then he made this new hybrid system where time slowly goes and it still has its time segments, and it works really well. I really like it. Like, what do you think?
I've not played a great deal of the game, but that which I have played is very interesting.
Yes.
Good interesting rather than Child of Light interesting.
Yes, that's a very important distinction.
I consider it to be interesting, just not very fun.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Whereas this is challenging as fuck.
yeah, and fun
Yeah, Coin Crypt
and
is
beautiful.
it's got a nice art style. It's I don't know.
You could say it's simplistic, but
It is.
it's vibrant and like playful.
Yeah, it's playful is a good word for it. It's kind of I don't know. Don't know what that specific art style is called.
Blocky.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is blocky,
But it's like blocks jumping around. It's got the squish, when they're walking, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's cool.
It's good.
And the music, I just posted on Twitter, I guess last week, according to when this comes out, that I had like the level 1 music stuck in my head because it's good.
Yeah, it's fun.
I really do like.
I have not really invested enough time to get the proper understanding of how to balance the value of coins versus the expenditure of said coins.
Oh, you've got to play a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there are tons of different coins to unlock.
Yeah.
I found one that
Different tiers within the same type.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. There was one that did like 8 damage, and then like what was it? Did something like 2 damage to you or something.
Yeah,
that,
I mean, there's like one that does 2 damage and then 1 damage to you, 4 damage and 2 damage, something like that.
Yeah, so this one was further along, and then there's and here's the thing that makes.
However, you can stack shields in front of that, and
yeah, exactly. But here's the thing that makes it different is that like if you pick up a key, for example,
okay,
which is also coin,
keys are coins. Money, there's straight up money coins as well. There's just
they just have
money.
a high value and
no use,
no combat use. Yeah.
But if you accidentally click on it, or like you mean to click on it while you're in battle, you're still going to go through the time, schedule thing. You're still going to use it. It's going to have 0 effect, and it's gone.
And you can no longer have the key to unlock something.
Exactly. And the same goes for enemies, too. Like, if you're fighting a mimic, because mimic chests will often have keys on them, you have to kill them right away so that they drop that coin, or else they'll use it because they have to.
Because it's in their coin purse.
Yeah. It's either that or they're dead. Which is actually another viable strategy. You just wait for them to run out of coins and just put up a shield.
If you can tank it hard enough, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the various different strategies leaves you open for a lot of experimentation.
They're all tied into different character types, too. So, I mean, different strategies work better for different people.
Yeah, like doing more damage or like double using every coin. So, if you have like a stack of 4 damage and you double use that, it's like, kill everything. Just I plan on writing something.
Okay. Yeah, it's in early access right now. No real knowledge about release date. I don't think it's going to be anytime soonish.
But I mean, he's still putting out stuff.
Yeah, he's
the time.
patching it.
Yeah,
weekly, basically. I think.
Oh yeah, totally. And it's getting better with every patch. So I like it.
Yeah,
you should check it out. You should definitely check it out. You should check it out.
Yeah, you might enjoy it.
I did not blow out the mic somehow.
Really?
Really?
It does. I blow it out, like, always.
I know.
Yep.
That's because you're really
always
fucking loud.
No, fuck you!
There you go.
Yay.
Anyway, that's about an hour. So that's been Face to Face Gaming Podcast number 21.
Yeah.
We can legally drink in the States now.
Wait.
Yes, the Anthropomorphic Podcast.
We should take it to Vegas and get it drunk.
We could take it to Vegas. No, I don't really want to go to Vegas.
Let's go to Seattle.
I'm going to Seattle. Yeah, PAX is happening in about 4 or 5 months.
Something like that. Let's do that.
End of August, beginning of September.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.